Okay, and welcome to today's episode or vlog or whatever you want to call these. I just wanted to go into how I started this company and how I got going. And I was on the phone to a friend of mine, watched his kids grow up, known him for years and years, and said to him, you know what, Skype me. I haven't seen the kids for a while. At this time, he was living in Zimbabwe and he'd been there for, a year plus. And he immediately started laughing at me. I was really confused. And he goes, Alan, this is when he stopped laughing. Internet is not like it is back in London. And I was still confused. And I was like, what do you mean? So, doesn't everyone have broadband? He was like, no. Most people don't have broadband in their house. If we want internet, we have to go and find an internet cafe. Like, they were still living in those days. And I was like, nah, somebody has to do something about this. Isn't the government doing anything? The government wasn't doing anything. And I was like, right, I have to do something about this. Now, I come from a media background with broadcast and TV and radio, and I had a general understanding of how wireless networks worked, and I thought somebody just needs to sort this out. So I began the journey of learning everything I could about telecommunications. I brought on board an incredible CTO. He goes by the name of Phil Cooper, who's still part of my team 5 years later, and challenged him to build a network that works in the worst situation possible, like worst environment ever. So no running water, no electricity, no infrastructure, zero, and build the infrastructure and deliver fast internet directly into people's homes. I don't know if you know much about Africa, but nobody has a Virgin line or a BT line plumbed into their homes as standard. You got to pay extra for that, which is $200 to $300 easily, depending on where you go and which country you're in. And on top of that, most people don't make much more than $500, $600, $700 a month anyway. So it's not something that you can just wake up one morning and decide you want to do. So that began the journey, and we spent about 2 years developing the hardware and the software and testing and trialing and building different iterations. And another curveball that was in the mix was that there were very, very frequent power outages. They call it load shedding in some places. And the power would just go out either for 2 minutes, 2 hours, or 3 days. You just have no idea. And we then had to build a power solution around it. So we had to make it solar powered. Well, the idea was to make it solar powered and build in a whole battery system and all-inclusive management system for it, but still deliver super fast internet. And when I say super fast, I mean 100 meg plus. We achieved this over the 2-3 years. I spoke to a range of different people, even the guys who built the first ever Wi-Fi network in Japan. I think the city's called Fukuoka. I probably pronounced it wrong, but yeah, I was on the phone to those guys, talking to them about how they built their network, what their stumbling blocks were, what the things they had to overcome, and just spoke to a range of different people, like top names in the different sectors. We even had great conversations with a guy called Mike Boxwell. I hope I haven't got his name wrong, but he's one of the leading minds in solar technology. He actually built the first solar powered car. So he's another person I spoke a lot about, just what we were doing, and we developed a system that we call Plexus WIFI that can deliver up to a gig speed wirelessly, and we cover entire cities with solar powered Wi-Fi. And that's the project that I've been doing for the last 5 years. So the team's absolutely incredible. Also got Cornelius Muyunda, who's instrumental in turning around, failing locations in the Burger King chain. Went on to help the rollout of Subway nationwide back in the days. We've also got our chair of the board, Jürgen Nielsen, who's a hardcore 30-year deep telecoms veteran from Vodafone, Ericsson, Nokia, a company called Accision. We actually invented text messages and distributed that technology around all the mobile networks and got everybody working together. Richard Dodd, who is somebody I work really, really close with on a very, very regular basis, who is ex-Cable and Wireless. He was headhunted by Cable and Wireless to look after their telecoms businesses around the world. And the vision is just to get everybody connected. We are in the thousands now, and there is no way it's acceptable that people do not have internet access that is affordable and reliable. It's just not acceptable that that is the case. and we're on a mission to change that all around the world. So not just in Africa, we're looking at South America, we're looking at Indonesia, we're looking at places in Europe. We're even looking at the UK, because as soon as you leave the major cities in the UK, connectivity is actually really bad. I was in Somerset over Christmas and it was just shocking down there. And this is 2018, 2019. We've got a big mission ahead of us and we're really excited with this project. As we go over the next few episodes, I'm going to talk to you about how we built the technology, how we set it all up, how we set up the company, how we just got everything together. And most importantly, it's actually the mindset you've got to have behind this, because I was told by a number of different people that I tried to partner with that it wasn't possible, you can't do it, it won't work, it's going to cost too much money. And we've defied all of them. We've got a network that actually doesn't cost that much money to deploy. And we've got a business model that is actually really disruptive, yet delivers better connectivity than the typical, fiber solution that's out there right now. So I'm really, really proud of what we've done and really proud of my team. So like, subscribe, share, comment, ask questions, reach out. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook at LordAllanKennethOkello on Instagram, LordAllanOkello on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook, you can find me on LinkedIn, under the same names, of course. And there's going to be a blog coming soon. The website for that is going to be theokellogroup.com. I'm just going to centralize everything, all my activities, all the different things I like to do. There's a lot of charity things that I like to do as well, volunteer pieces. So you find all of that in there, as well as the main place to find, the written blogs. I'm also going to be doing a podcast soon. Guys, let me know which is the best podcasting platform or which ones you guys subscribe to. And be sure to find me there. All right, until the next one.